I want to show you the ground here so I can talk to you about what Dave was telling you about a little bit earlier. You can see this water accumulating on the road, on the concrete. It is not frozen yet. So look at this porch right here. You can see it. Wind chimes, chairs out on the balcony. You can still see potted plants that someone has been growing, watering, taking care of here. All still just sitting out in front of what really looks like an absolutely destroyed building. This shows you these people really did just have to pick up and leave. But if you're looking for your own job, according to the State Department of Employment and Workforce, the best way may not be to walk into a business with a help wanted sign posted on the door. It may actually be here. They say you simply should log onto your computer and click on their website. Wednesday, I spoke with a Charleston City Councilman about flooding issues here on the peninsula that he believed caused Roper St. Francis to decide to leave the medical district. On Thursday, flooding issues happened again here downtown that caused many streets to end up completely underwater. We reported last week on ongoing safety concerns at Berkeley High School, including fights, but we also learned today that there are also issues ongoing at Berkeley Middle School. And when I asked the district if there was any other issues going on, they said schools across the district were experiencing behavioral issues.
What are we gonna do with it today?
We're gonna get the whole thing, man. We'll do the whole shooting match.
A buzz and a shave.
That's funny.
For a fighter looking to help others stay in the ring.
But in terms of what I could share with other people, it would be, don't ever give up. No matter where you're at on your journey, no matter where you're at in the season of life. And I can tell you, facing my own mortality, hearing some of the news that I've had to listen to, it makes you think about what you're doing with your life. What's the impact? What's the legacy?
Charleston Police Chief Luther Reynolds had his head shaved Monday in wake of his cancer diagnosis, but for him, this isn't a curse. It's an opportunity that has made him see more clearly.
I believe that this challenge that I'm having right now, some good's gonna happen from that. And if we save one life, it's worth it for me. One. I can't change everything in the world. I can't make everybody happy. I can't change the amazing, significant, painful history that we have to live with race and so many other things. But somehow I can enter into that. We can enter into that conversation. We can be present and we can help people.
And Reynolds' presence is already affecting others and his best friend and closest ally, North Charleston Police Chief Reggie Burgess.
Every time, Mr. Thad would cut, I said, I'm thinking about my hair. I said, man, I'm thinking about it. But I'm looking at him and I'm saying to myself, he's not even thinking about the physical part of the hair. He's thinking about it's something that needs to be done.
Burgess says seeing someone he calls his brother go through this is hard, but it's also something he believes removes all excuses.
This is a different city, but I can't sit back and make an excuse to say I'm not going to do what I need to do because Luther Reynolds, he would do differently.
And it's that name, Luther Reynolds, that has taken on a new meaning for Burgess because of how he has reacted to this challenge. It's no longer just brother, it's motivation.
I sit back and I think about Luther Reynolds. I said, this guy is going through worse than I ever went through. And he keeps his eyes, and his head to the sky. So yeah, I'm emotional right now, but I am so blessed that I'm with him right now.
For Reynolds himself, it's not about him or his name. It never has been. It's about his officers, his family, and his community. And the example he says he has the opportunity to set.
How can I use my gifts, my skills, my time, my possessions, my resources, and I have a lot in my position. How can I use those to leave things better than how I found them? And that's a great opportunity. It's a great place for me to be in life, that I can make a difference.
Such a moment that I'll always remember.
Very exhilarating.
It's an honor.
I'm proud to be a Citadel grad, but I'm even prouder to be an African-American Citadel grad.
It's not often you get to see living, breathing history.
I knew I wanted the challenge. I knew I was in for a mental challenge and a physical challenge, and I wanted it.
Especially not in the place that history was made, even through a fight.
And trust me, I got every bit of it. But because of that challenge that I experienced 24 years ago as a freshman, I was able to succeed in life.
7 women. May not seem like much at a glance, but these 7 women here, are the faces of change and moving forward. The first 7 African-American women to graduate from South Carolina's Military College, the first of many.
I am very proud to see all these beautiful women here who are trailblazing just like we are. Again, we paved the way, but now they are the future of this Citadel.
Who did it first. So many more can in the future.
They created the history for me to be able to create history. So I guess it just makes me feel amazing to know that because of them, I'm able to do something inspiring to other women and females here.
But that work isn't finished. The march continues towards the future in a more diverse Citadel.
We have a lot of work to do as well. And it's going to take more than just a few alumni to do. It's going to be a collaborative effort to make that happen.
And they believe that work will get done. And as long as these 7 are involved, it's hard to doubt. Because if they've proven anything so far, when it comes to creating change, 7 is enough.
Nothing will stop them. Don't let Generation Man tell them what they can and cannot do, and keep God first in all that they do. That's it.
Developing right now, I-26 westbound is closed at Ashley Phosphate Road after a crash.
He gave his whole life to the community.
A life lost too soon, but used to the fullest.
I couldn't think of a better person to look up to. I know he's not only my hero, but he's a hero to everybody.
Kenny Andrews.
There's a lot of people alive today because of him. I know that personally. I've witnessed it with my own eyes.
Firefighter, EMS worker, TSA worker, reserve deputy, member of the Navy, Andrews, many hats remembered by his daughter. She says he wore them all with one goal: helping.
It's what he was good at. He knew how to talk to people on a different level. He didn't even barely know that would call him up and say, hey, can you help me with this? He'd give him the shirt off his back. That's just always the person he was.
Andrews leaves behind children, a wife and grandchildren, along with a legacy of giving it all.
I just think someone who gave your whole life to the community for the pay that you make, and, you know, he could have done so much more, but he did what he loved.
Selfless. Goofy. Incredibly smart. Incredibly smart. And funny. He could make anybody laugh. And I know he'd rather have us laughing than being upset.
And while he may be missing physically, he will never be truly gone.
I think about him every day when I'm at work. I think about him every time I hear a siren go off. I think about him every time I hear a plane go over. And I know I'll carry him with me, and I know that my siblings and all my family and all of his grandkids, they carry him with them. Every time I hear all the songs he used to love. Anytime Electric Slide comes on, I'm gonna lose my mind, because my dad loved to dance. And I'm sure anybody hears a siren or they think of something, it's gonna remind them of him.